candidate for the
Heisman Trophy.
You got it. All three.
Now, the big three, we talked about them about 3 hours ago, and they have all come through with huge games again today in a 42-6 lead. Ninth play of the drive coming. Bo Nix pumps and then throws. Got it. Here's Shaker's tight end. And it's going to be first and goal, Alabama. Around the 8. This is the longest drive tonight. It'll be the 10th play from
Shaker starts out on the left side. This is a play that hurt Alabama. That Ole Miss ran. Play action pass. Both receivers go wide and they delay the tight end down the middle.
Okay, here's the part where Auburn is thinking we do not want to go home to the Plains without a touchdown. And as you said earlier, Alabama's defense is saying, let's keep them out of the end zone.
It's all 4 downs to stop them then, right?
Yep.
Do they need all 4?
Richards broke 1 tackle.
That's not a very nice run.
And he dives. Well, that's a 1.
Nice stutter on the ball. Not Hunt with the best shot at him. Missed early, but then he had a shot. What was Anderson first and then Elam second?
Richards with a good run. Second down and goal. At the 1. There's the stat we were talking about. No touchdowns allowed in 12 quarters. And they still haven't given them up yet. Stopped at the line of scrimmage with maybe a half-yard gain.
This was what they call a sellout defensively. They're playing the inside run. Alabama crashes inside. Will Anderson, number 3, comes down, gets a tackle, comes down, and then you scrape off him and hope the ball carrier bounces outside exactly the way he did.
Dylan Moses with the final hit on it inside the 1-yard line.
Remember, Bo Nix had a keeper for a touchdown last year. Will he keep it here?
This drive started at their own 4-yard line. They're inside the Alabama 1. There is the keeper, and there's the touchdown. So a 96-yard drive. Could have used a few more of those earlier in the game.
You could feel it coming. Didn't have the confidence. The offensive line member busted up, and he runs right through Dylan Moses. Moses was there. He smelled it out, too. But Bo Nix, just a little bit of an angle, and he squeezes into the end zone.
And for Bo, that's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year.
Nice fight.
Yep. Don't quit.
Yep, nice fight. Get ready for next week. Big game. They come on you fastest this time of year right at the end. If senior day for Alabama, they got 3 more games to play, basically. They're going to win LSU, Arkansas, and the SEC Championship.
96-yard drive is 12 plays. Bo Nix does the final honors from a yard out. 42 for 2.
As a barber, nothing's going to beat my shave, especially for guys who tend to get razor bumps with ordinary razors. But now, there's Gillette Skin Guard. It flattens the skin and lifts the blade for a shave that's close, but not too close for comfort.
Hey! Yeah! I switched to Geico and got more! More savings on car insurance! They help with homeowners, too! Okay. Plus, motorcycle, boat, and RV insurance. Geico's got you covered. Like a blanket.
Houston, you seeing this? Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
I have something for you.
I have something for you, too.
Step up to GMC and get $6,000 purchase cash on 2020 Sierra Light Duty Crew Cab models. A professional grade GMC.
This weekend, get iPhone 12 on the 5G America's been waiting for.
This new iPhone Plus price at 5G is incredible.
Unlimited plans start at just $35, and the latest iPhone is on us when you switch. This is 5G from America's most reliable network.
Every rendering, every choice, it matters.
No more silence to these inequities and these injustices.
A New All Rise, Monday at 9 Central on CBS.
Coming up after our game, our hard-working trio of friends, Adam do have today's best highlights on the college football postgame show presented by Rocket Mortgage. Auburn finally put together a excellent scoring drive, but it's a little too late with 4:39 remaining. And I'm sure an onside kick upcoming. Bo Nix did the honors of the yard out with the keeper. See what Anders Carlson has in his shoe.
You got mentioned about the Smith out there as the two ball honks to the outside, bottom and the top.
So Alabama takes over at the 25. We see Bryce Young at quarterback.
I think so.
Finish things off. There he is, the highly touted freshman.
And I think he's caught a big break this year by not playing. Get ready, learn, when you get in there, when you have your turn, make sure you're ready to play. He needs a spring. Remember, he didn't get a spring football. Not much summer ball. Max had a great year this year, and if Max turns pro, it's his team in 21.
There's the final numbers. Iron Bowl record 5 touchdown throws and over 300 yards passing again, which he's done virtually every week. And Bolden in motion as Bryce Young is going to get it off. Alabama doesn't lose often. Since 2015, they have come back on their revenge tour, if you want to call it that, beating Ole Miss, Auburn, and then who knows, maybe they'll see Clemson again somewhere down the road. And today, they get their payback from the 3-point loss last year at Durham.
When next week when we put that up, the game against LSU, there'll be another W. So what type of team is going to, what do you got to do to beat Bama? I think you got to have a big-time quarterback, right? I think that's number one. You got to be ready to score.
They're going to see a big-time quarterback for the most part if it's Florida in the SEC championship game. But does Florida have enough defense to stop these guys?
That'll be the question. I think this is the most balanced team in college football. I'm not a bit to Notre Dame. They got a really good football team. A lot of good athletes on both sides. The way Ian Book is playing right now. And Ian Book is a type of quarterback, the whole guy that will give these guys problems. But you got to be able to score, and Florida can score. We'll see how good their defense is.
They're down at 7. We'll see if they let Bryce Young throw one here. The final 3 minutes.
Good.
He's got a chance. Swarmed under Jared Vandy.
Bryce doesn't have the starting. I don't think that's a starting offensive line in there, is it? Yes, that is. That's Leatherwood at left tackle.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of the Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. Fielded in the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Winner. This is Mark Ingram. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. So they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Punt, 7 though on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That's complete to John Ross. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
At the 40-yard line.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Second and 11 at the 41. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the 1st by a few yards.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He's tackled at the...
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. From the gun again to Mixon. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Burrow on 3rd down. Flush to his right. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
Bengals.
And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions, because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
Calais Campbell on the stop.
A gain of 4.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Burrow looking to pass. On the screen, Bernard. And he's got some space here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Bengals 3, Ravens nothing.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
16-yard line.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Burrow. He's going to drop this one down to Bernard. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
2nd and 9.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
3rd down. 3rd and 9.
And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. And Latimer's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Complete to
that one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson, draw play to Dobbins. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
The carry for Baltimore.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Jackson.
2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
first down. Here's the run with Anderson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. There's a short one caught by Uzama, and he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Mixon. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when he clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
They go play action with Burrow. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A quick throw now complete to Ross. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score Bengals 17, Ravens nothing.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
13 yards. First down, Baltimore.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down. And more. This time they stay on the ground. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Oh, they'll try a jet sweep here with Higgins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Now it's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Spins by. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. DJ Reader there on the tackle.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. 1st down and more for Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the 1st down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jackson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind, you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow eluding the pressure right. bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time, and that'll bring up second down.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's the rookie linebacker, Patrick Queen. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
1st and 10.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
After the interception, here's Jackson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
He was covered.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. The toss right. This is Ingram. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
He may try and run for this, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Picked off inside the 10. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, past the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Touchdown.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Bullet good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On the counter, Ingram. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
The Raven ball carrier.
Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
And the Ravens.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
the Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Second down and 7.
Here's Jackson to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Now Jackson on 1st down. Over the middle here to Brown. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 25 yards that time. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. To throw again is Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Cody Latimer, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken in the end zone.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. Whistles now and a timeout.
1-yard gain.
So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And this is caught. I think he got that with 1 hand. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bengals, a final win here means they'll finish off the regular season at a solid 13-3. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs.